Hi, I'm Vicki Westling here with City Speaks. City Speaks is a show that's brought to you by Mayor Wilfred Rosas for the residents for the city of Dunkirk and the surrounding area to let you know what's happening in our city, what's going on. And today we have Mayor Wilfred Rosas with us. So Mayor, welcome. We're glad you're here and we have a lot of happy things to talk about today, right?
It's good to be back.
Okay, let's start with some of the things that are going on. And certainly we're halfway through the summer. People are wondering what's going on with the festivals. Can you give us a brief update?
Well, we had postponed all of our Music on the Pier and all of our special events until August. My plan was to try to bring some of that back before end of summer. With the spike in numbers, however, I don't see any other municipalities bringing back any of these type of events. So I will be monitoring. I would like to bring it back before the end of summer to at least give our residents an opportunity to enjoy some of those activities. But at this time, I'm not sure when that'll be. It all depends on the numbers. Again, there has been a spike in the numbers here in our community in Chautauqua County, so we have to address that issue accordingly.
So, you know, the COVID-19 is still here, it's still with us, and, you know, people have to continue to practice social distancing and wear their mask and do all of those kinds of things. We have some other things that are going on. The farmers market has started up here in Dunkirk at the Senior Center. Can you tell me a little bit about what's happening there? What's going on with that?
Certainly. The farmers market obviously runs on Wednesdays down at the Senior Center. They go from 9 to 4. And I can tell you that there's been some excitement out there. I would like to actually publicly thank Refresco. Refresco actually stepped up to the plate and purchased $5,000 worth of our tokens over there to distribute among their employees, their staff, so that their staff could come in and participate at our farmers market. I thought that was very generous of them and very giving to the community. Right. So I'd like to publicly thank Refresco for that move.
And now it's open from 9 to 2, I think. 9 to 2.
9 to 2.
9 to 2. Okay, so from 9 to 2, and it's located at the Senior Center. And there are a lot of vendors there. And they're practicing some of the protocols.
Yes. So the new restrictions with COVID-19, obviously, people need to be wearing masks. All of our vendors are be wearing masks. They are the only ones handling the items that are being sold. And social distancing, 6 feet apart. This is the new norm. So these are restrictions that have to be followed. So far, people have been following it, and it's been very nice out there. We have Finding Farms are back again. Roberto Fred Farms are back, and you know, most of the vendors that were there in the past are still there. So the only thing we really haven't brought back there has been the live music that we used to do.
Okay, and I guess that there's a new vendor. There's a Rachel's Bakery.
Rachel's Bakery, actually, they do home-baked pies and cookies and stuff. So there's a lot to be seen there and a lot to purchase there.
Okay, so we want everybody to come out to the farmers market and support our local farmers.
Absolutely.
And our local vendors. You know, our small businesses are really suffering right now. And when we talk about small businesses, I know that the city was a beneficiary of a HUD grant that we were able to distribute funds. How is that going?
Well, we were very successful. I'd like to commend our team over in planning and development. I asked them to expedite the process. You know, our federal government actually expedited the process in getting the funds to local governments, and we in turn expedited the process to get the funds to the businesses, and we've done that already. We've gone out to the businesses and we had them go through the process. Eligibility requirements were looked at and checked out, and those that were eligible received some funding. And I think that was a good thing for us to do for our businesses. The businesses have suffered a lot and are continuing to suffer. So with this little bit of funds that we received from the federal government is very helpful to distribute it among our businesses here in the city of Dunkirk.
Do we have any left that you know of?
I believe we have around $30,000 left. And if businesses are interested, they need to contact our development department at 366-9879.
Okay, so there still is a little money left. We also have, because our kids have really suffered from this, just like anyone else, and we've done some things for the summer program, for the camp program for the kids. Tell me a little bit about what's happening there.
Well, you know that we did cancel Camp Gross. That's our biggest camp for youth, and we had to cancel that, but we did provide a smaller camp right here in the city of Dunkirk at the Point, the private grounds formerly known as the Fireman's Grounds. That's where we're doing the camp. We maxed out at 60 kids. It goes in 2-week increments, and they're really doing a good job over there. I would like to commend E.J. Hayes on taking the lead and helping out with that program. We've also showcased our splash pad with these kids. Some of the kids wanted to go to the splash pad, so that's part of the program. And I think that the parents have been very fortunate because we're one of the only communities that afforded that program, and it's free. So city residents with young children could bring their kids there. Again, if there was a need for childcare, we also provided an opportunity for parents to take advantage of childcare where they could drop off their kid at 7:30 in the morning, and until 9 o'clock we would be taking care of the kids for them.
And so now, and the city's partnered with the Boys and Girls Club, is that correct?
Yes, that was a collaboration, a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. We have a very good relationship with them, and so the outcome is obviously that we have a successful program for our kids here this summer.
And and the Dunkirk school system has really stepped up to the plate too, because they're providing the lunches, the meals.
Absolutely.
So,
it's good to partner up with the schools always, especially when you have programs for kids.
right. And so this program is going to end August 20th, and it's 60 kids new kids every 2 weeks. So it isn't just like 60 kids for the whole period.
No, 60 kids max out the 2-week increment period.
Right. So that's good. So kids have something to do and a place to go. We also have a new event that's going to be taking place next week with our fire department, something that I know the firefighters are looking forward to. Tell me about it.
Well, we recently purchased a brand new ladder truck for the fire department. That new fire truck is now in our possession. They've been training on it. I myself actually went up in the bucket. A very scary moment for me. It's kind of funny, but I went up in the bucket with our fire chief and our captain, Gary Cotta. And it was a nice little tour they gave me, but there's a lot to learn there with this new truck. And I'm very proud of the team over there, all of our firemen, and the leadership over there. They've been working on training all of our guys on that truck. And there's a lot to it. It's not just get in there and get in the bucket.
Right.
So, but on Wednesday, the 22nd at 7 p.m., there's going to be a ceremonial unveiling of the truck at fire headquarters on Eagle Street, and I would invite the community to come out and see the fire truck. Social distancing will be, practiced there, and people will be encouraged to wear masks. Right,
and of course we will have some footage of that that'll be telecast on our Dunkirk Access channel as well. So that that's really something that's coming a long way, because we do have a great fire department already, but to have this additional piece of equipment is going to be beneficial to our residents.
That was again something that when I came into office, we said we wanted to upgrade our equipment to provide the best service delivery to our residents, a most professional service delivery. And this was part of that process. Mm-hmm. Bringing in this truck, it was very much needed. The fire truck we had before that we were using was still in service, but it was an older model. This is one of the newest top-of-the-line models, and very proud to be the mayor that was actually here to bring that truck in. We also have a new ambulance that probably could be showcased as well. That, again, is new equipment, top of the line, which was very much needed in that department. So we're very proud of it, and we want to showcase it to the public.
Right. That's excellent. We also have some additional project that's moving forward with Philbrook Foods, with Wells.
Yes. That project, again, we have a very good relationship with Wells at the highest levels over there. The executives there are very content and happy with the relationship that has been developed with the City of Dunkirk and Chautauqua County IDA. They are looking for more further expansion happening not only at the plant here, but at the cold storage warehouse in that area there. So we are looking at further expansion on that project. That's a major project for the city, which again will bring in 75 to 100 new jobs here. Each one of those jobs coming with a salary, beginning salary of about $40,000 to $50,000 each, with a full benefit package. So this is a major project, and we are in the infant stages of this expansion. We are working very closely with Wells to make sure that this project actually comes to fruition.
So that's good news, because the more jobs we have available for our residents, the better we're going to be. Quickly, Lakefront Boulevard, give us an update.
Lakefront Boulevard, again, we are. I just met with the engineer that was hired to complete the project yesterday, and basically we are ready to roll. We are waiting for final approval from FEMA. This morning I did put in a call in to our federal representatives to see what we can do to expedite the process. All we're waiting for is approvals so we can start working. And that's where we're at.
Once we start working, how long do you think it's going to take? How long are they predicting to finish it?
They're projecting, what I've been told, my understanding is 2 to 3 weeks, unless there's any other issues that they're unaware of. Okay,
so once we get started, hopefully we'll have it done by the end of the summer. You know, we talk about all these things that are happening in the city, and there truthfully is a lot going on. We've brought some people back. Tell me about the workforce. What are we doing with the city as far as our workforce?
Well, we are still in a state of emergency. The governor has still has in place 50% of non-essential people should not be working and be working from home. But he has allowed for the local governments to deem who becomes essential and who isn't. We recently opened up City Hall to the public, and in doing so, we deemed our staff at the clerk's office, all of them as essential. So all of them are now back to work. The staff in the treasurer's office, again, have all been deemed as essential, so they are all working as well. And that's been happening throughout several different divisions in all of our departments. So most of the people are back to work. We still have a few that are not. Those are people that are not deemed as essential.
Now, have we done any hiring for our seasonal people?
We have hired seasonal. We have not hired seasonal people at the levels that we had wanted to and budgeted for earlier. I can tell you that in my conference calls with other mayors, what they have done to address the issue of the fact that we're going to be losing revenues to the tune of well over $1 million. What they have done is some of them have brought back no seasonal people. Some of them have only brought back a minimal amount of seasonals. Some of them are cutting back on services. Some of them are cutting back on programs. Niagara Falls had cut all of their youth and recreational programming. City of Buffalo, Mayor Brown has cut back all of his special events that he normally has in the city, that city sponsors. And of course, those are major, bigger events. But that was a huge savings for them. The city of Jamestown are doing layoffs. They are not bringing back any seasonal people. City of Olean, again, is not bringing back seasonal people. I believe they brought back 2 out of all the ones that they budgeted for. And again, this is being done because we know that we're going to be in the red at the end of the year, which is why I bring that up, because I've been trying to make sure that we monitor these things that we can control. Some of the youth and recreational programs that we normally would be doing have been canceled, so we're trying to cut back on those expenses. That'll help the taxpayers at the end of the year. So that's what I'm trying to do. We have brought back some seasonal people in areas that I felt we needed to bring them back, but not all of them.
So even though we brought some people back, we really have not brought everybody back that we normally would. You mentioned the budget. And I know we didn't talk about this, but you're going to be heading into to the preparation phase here pretty quickly. How's it looking?
Well, we know that we're going to have to make some cuts. I've scheduled meetings with our fiscal affairs officer as well as our city treasurer. I have asked them to look at ways that we can, save taxpayer funds. We don't want to have to raise taxes. We know that we're going to be in the red, and if we don't get any assistance from the state or the federal government, then we're going to have to make cuts and or raise taxes. I mean, that's a fact of reality. Dealing with it now, we again are and have been meeting. I've been meeting with our fiscal affairs officer to go over some of the expenses that we may be able to cut without cutting services that we currently provide to our residents.
And of course, all of this is brought about because of COVID-19. And there again, just cannot stress enough what people need to do. Our protocols. Do you have any special protocols in place or any special things you want to remind the residents about?
Well, I want to say that we receive complaints routinely about people not wearing masks out in public. I want to remind everyone that this is an executive order coming from the governor's office. We are still in a state of emergency. If you're going to be out in public, please practice wearing a mask and please practice social distancing. Some of the businesses are being cited for not monitoring this appropriately. We received many complaints, and some businesses are being warned to be shut down. So we really don't want any of that to happen. Some of these businesses have suffered so much financially, and we want to help them to get back on their feet, so to speak. We don't want them closing. So I'm asking the public to please remember to be vigilant in your effort to prevent the spread of the virus. I mean, that is important.
Right. Mayor, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. I know that we've agreed that, once a month you'll come in and give us an update. And today was kind of a happy update because of the things we're doing for our kids. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. You're doing a great job, Vicki. Keep up the good work.
Well, thank you. And thank you for watching City Speaks. You can watch City Speaks daily on Spectrum 1301 in Dunkirk at 3 and 10. You can catch us anytime by going to dunkirkaccess.com. Watch us on YouTube. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, send an email to cityspeaks@cityofdunkirk.com. Send a snail mail to City Speaks 342 Central Avenue, Dunkirk 14048. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you like. If you have any comments or concerns, I want to hear them. And once again, I always extend an invitation to any of our elected officials or our business leaders. If you want to be on, let me know. And thank you. Thank you for watching City Speaks.